Hi beautiful beings, welcome to your practice today. Today our practice is all about facilitating circulation in a way that's really going to support our immunity and our vitality. So just bear with me for about 30 seconds or so while I just offer a few little key points of information that I think will be really helpful for you during the practice. So today we're going to focus a little more on the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system in our body is like our waste collection recycling system for our body. So it collects and transports waste or cellular waste and toxins and transports them back to the bloodstream so that they can be eliminated from our body. And the lymph nodes in our body, in places like the armpits, the groin, the abdomen, across the tops of the collarbones, these sites are where we have white blood cells, which are really important for our immunity. And the lymph fluid transports immune cells around the body. So the lymphatic system is really important for our immunity and our overall vitality and radiance. So what can we do to support our lymphatic system? Well, all yoga is actually really helpful for that. Lymph needs to be moved throughout the body by muscular contraction, so using our muscles to move the lymph, as well as the breath and body position, changing position of the body and pressure in the body too. So without any more talking from me, let's get started together. We're going to start standing today. So just come and stand comfortably. So this practice is not a particularly intense practice because we're focusing on the lymphatic system. It's more of a light touch today. And we're going to begin together with light tapping to stimulate the skin and blood flow and lymph movement. But as we tap, we can tap with an open hand and with our fingertips too. And it's a light, soft, springy touch that we're looking for, because we're looking to stimulate just beneath the skin where the lymph vessels are, not as deep as the muscle tissue actually. So we don't want to go too hard. That's the main point. So let's bring our fingertips now to our collarbones. I'm just going to do my one side because I've got my microphone here, but you'll do both sides with both hands. And we'll just start lightly tapping with our fingertips across the top of the collarbones, out towards the shoulders, and back in towards the sternum. And just repeating this together. Good, couple more. And then if you like, you can gently tap down the sternum and back up a couple of times, just tapping in the region of the chest lightly. Light, springy, soft tapping. And then from here, we're going to travel together to the arms. So we're going to start with our right arm and take our left hand and just tap it down the outside of the arm and up the inside a few times. Down the outside and up the inside. Okay, let's switch sides. Other arm, down the outside, up the inside. And if you like this practice, you like practicing with me, remember to subscribe or like or share with a friend or a loved one if you think they might benefit. It's my pleasure to be of service to you. Okay, so from our second arm, we're going to travel now, just lightly tapping now on the upper back, just at the tops of the shoulders, from the spine outwards and back in. Just a few times. It's not necessarily the most comfortable position for the arms to be in, I know. You can come in a little bit too to the back and the sides of the neck. Okay, and then we're going to release from there and bring the arms down and around to use the hand, the thumb and the index finger part of the hand to lightly just tap on the mid-back, somewhere just below the shoulders, shoulder blades, and we can travel down the sides of the back to the top of the pelvis and back up a few times. This is also not the most comfortable position for the arms and the shoulders, so we won't be here for too long. Just waking things up, brightening beneath the skin with light tapping together. And then from here, we're going to come around together and just lightly with the open hand, come down the sides of the waist, across the fronts of the hips and the groin, down the fronts of the thighs, and back up again. Couple around like this. And if you haven't done this before, it might seem a little bit odd, but we're doing quite a specific kind of practice today for your immune system and vitality. So it makes sense that we do something a little bit perhaps out of the ordinary of the usual yogasana practice. Okay, from the thighs, we're going to travel down the outsides of the legs. We're nearly there. And up the insides of the legs, just a few cycles like this. Down the outside and up the inside. One more. Let's do one more together. And then you can just relax and stand tall. Arms relaxed alongside the body. Just for a moment before we start moving and breathing, you might just notice now what's present in the body. Maybe a gentle tingling or a vibrancy beneath the skin. Okay, and then we'll meet together now, stepping towards the top of our mat, standing in Tadasana, feet hip-width distance, and we'll start to move and breathe to facilitate circulation of lymph in the body. So as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, hands to shins, lift the chest, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold again. And then we'll bend the knees, sit the hips back and down, Utkatasana chair pose, reaching the arms as you inhale. And exhale, press into the feet, rise to stand, and release the arms down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold over the legs again. Inhale, bend the knees, hips back and down, reach the arms. Exhale, rise to stand and release the arms. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And then from here, exhale, plant the hands and we'll just step back to a downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the practice. And because today's about facilitating circulation, going to use the muscles of the legs like pumps here in our down dog. So as you're ready, inhale, lift the heels, come all the way up onto the balls of the feet and firm the quadriceps as best you can. And then exhale, drop the heels down. Let's repeat that a couple more times. Inhale, lift the heels, coming onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, drop the heels. And again, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, dropping the heels. And now we'll inhale, lower the knees to the mat, coming to tabletop, all fours. And exhale, hips to heels, child's pose, arms reaching forward to the mat. And then inhale, rise to all fours, tabletop. And again, exhale, glide back to child's pose. Let's repeat this a couple more times. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. And one more time, inhaling to tabletop. And now we'll stay here. Exhale completely. Okay, we'll take our right arm, inhale, open the right arm out wide, turning and reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, threading the right arm underneath the archway of the left arm. Right shoulder just hovers here. Inhale, returning, turning to the right, reaching wide into the sky. And then we'll exhale, right fingertips reach forward, raise and reach the left leg back. So you've got a little bit of abdominal engagement here. Inhaling here, good for the lymph nodes in the abdomen. Exhale, right hand and left knee to the mat, second side. Inhale, left arm wide and reaching upwards. Exhale, left arm threading under the archway of the right. Inhale, opening and reaching. And then exhale, left fingertips reaching forward. Right leg raises and reaches back. Stay for the in-breath. Exhale, left hand down, right knee down. One more on each side. Inhale, right arm wide and up. Exhale, threading underneath. Inhale, opening and reaching again. Exhale, right fingertips forward, left leg reaching back. Beautiful one. Stay for the in-breath. And exhale, right hand down, left knee down. Last time, left side. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, left arm threading underneath. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, left arm reaching forward, right leg back. Stay for the in-breath. Exhale, left hand down, right knee to the mat. And then inhale, lift the tail, drop the belly, draw the chest forward. Cow pose. Exhale, curl the tail under, round through the spine, cat. Let's do a few more of these together. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling to round into cat. Two more. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. And one more time. Inhale, cow pose. And then let's exhale, curl the toes under and come back into down dog again. Shift the weight into the legs, lift the hips up and back. And this time let's use our legs like pumps, but alternating the legs. So this time, right heel lifts coming up onto the ball of the right foot, and then switching. As the right heel drops, we lift the left heel. And just alternating side to side. Lovely ones. A few times. Now for those of us who are pregnant, maybe you're a little bit further on in your pregnancy than I am, then you might lower the knees to the mat, take a nice big step of the hands forward and lower the heart into a half downward facing dog, a puppy pose. And for those of us that would like to, we'll rock forward to plank pose and lower slowly all the way to the belly. And let's just roll through a handful of cobra poses. Rising on the in-breath, lowering on the out-breath. Following the waves of the spine are following the waves of your breath. The breath is so important also for our lymphatic system. The diaphragm is a muscle that contracts and releases or relaxes as we breathe, which is great for stimulating the lymph nodes in the abdomen. And we'll meet eventually back in downward dog, pressing back through all fours or plank pose. Together, down dog. And from down dog, we'll walk, step or hop the feet forward to the hands, Uttanasana. And inhale, halfway lift again, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And one more Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, hips back and down again. Reach the arms, weight in the heels today. And exhale, press the mat away to rise. And release the arms down. So we're going to finish our practice today with a few little standing exercises. So we're going to finish standing today. And we'll start with a lovely exercise that's great for stimulating the lymph nodes in the space underneath the arm and the side of the chest. So let's keep left foot forward and step the right foot back, and the knees can be nice and soft. And we're just going to start swinging the arm forward and back. Really simple, actually. And those of us that might have, a little shoulder injury or a niggle in the shoulder, then just be nice and gentle with yourself. It's sort of like you're going bowling at the bowling alley, or I don't know, maybe you play cricket and you're underarm bowling. And if the shoulder's feeling okay today, then you might just switch it up a little and start to circle the whole arm. Forward, up and around. Lovely big circles here. Let's do one more. And then we can step right foot forward, left foot back, and just same again. Swinging the arm. Let the arm and the shoulder be pretty relaxed and heavy. I have a funny feeling that this doesn't look so good in a recorded kind of video, but hopefully it feels good. Hopefully it feels like it's really starting to get things flowing in your body, and it feels relaxing and playful too. And you can stay with swinging, or you might start circling. Lovely big circles. Just let the legs do what they need to do. Soft knees. Couple more big circles. And then we can relax and stand tall again. So you can stay as you are. I'm just going to turn to face you. But now to close the practice today, we're just going to really get the pumps of the arms and the legs going. A final celebration of stimulating lymph circulation in the body. So we're just going to start to shake. Let's start with the hands, shaking the hands like you're flicking water off the hands. And you can bring the shaking a little bit up into the elbows, the upper arms. Relax the shoulders, shaking the arms. And then when you're ready, we're going to add the pumps of the legs in. Just start bouncing on the legs. So keep shaking the arms, bouncing the legs. You can bounce the legs alternately, or you might jump, both at the same time. So I've got my eye on the clock here. We're just going to shake for another 30 seconds. Just however you like now. Maybe arms out to the side. And if you like, for the last 15 seconds or so, you might take the arms up overhead. Shake, shake, shake. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you can just relax, come to stillness, and soften the gaze or close the eyes, and just feel the circulation in your body right now. The vibrancy, the flow, the pulse of aliveness that's emanating from within. And of course it goes without saying that you've also stimulated circulation of blood, right? So you're probably feeling the beating of the heart too. And just knowing that everything you've done in this short, sweet little practice today has been to support bringing your body back to homeostasis, which is a place of well-being. If you like, you can lift the hands, fold the palms in Anjali Mudra. Thank you. Thank yourself for just coming to take 20 minutes or so out of your day to support your immune system, your vitality, your radiance. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you, dear ones. If you love this practice, please subscribe so you know when the next one is available for you to enjoy. I'm sending you all my love. Take care and practice with you soon.